Hello, can everybody see and hear me all right? What's up? What's up? Next tunes, Nicholas Truth to Tweet, Small Pictures, Cat B, A Mares, Sherry. What's up? Shave your knuckles for justice. What's up? See and hear okay? No echo, no weirdness, no crazy sounds, no bing boom. What's up, Detroit? Everything sounds good. I'm drinking iced tea, or if I was Granny Petrol, this would be a nice, delicious glass of oil. And a happy Sunday to you. Monday for others and the Australians. New Zealand and Australia, it's about 11 o'clock at night. In Europe, England, Victory Gin, what's up? Just the crazy sounds from your mouth. That's the only thing oh, wow. Ooh, camera issue. Hold on, everybody. Settle down. I'm bringing back the camera. I don't want anyone to freak out. Greetings, citizens. Hello from Portland. Happy Monday to those of you in Australia. Happy Sunday to all of us in the United Corporate States of America. It's Monday since 12 minutes back here at my place. Oh, crazy. Hello from just over the Sepulveda Pass. What time zone is it there? What's it like there? What language does people speak? Spookle Peak. Jenna Chornyova. Oh, I was surfing Friday, Jenna, and there's this Russian guy in the water. We were talking. I'm like, what's your name? He's like, Sam. I'm like, what's your Russian name? He's like, Seldrov Begorshklapa. And I was like, Sam, you got it, friend. Yeah, it was great surfing with the Russians. You come for weirdness, you come for the right place, my friend. Hello aus Deutschland. Willkommen. Deutschland. Sprechen Sie Deutsch ein bisschen. That's about all I know. Oh, look, there's a weird thing. What is that? I gotta change. Hold on. There's a camera thing. There's a camera thing. There it is. Oh, that needs to be tightened up, kids. We're having a little bit of a camera thing. Okay. A little better frame, huh? Little better frame. Yeah, I was surfing with this guy and he said, I'm Russian. I said, you hacked our elections. And then I surfed away from him. No, I could. He was hesitant. He's like, I'm from Russia. Like he was waiting for me to say some dumb, like, you guys hacked our elections. And I was like, oh, I love Russia. I was there in September. And every time I meet a Russian, when I say that, their eyes light up. They're like, really? Why were you there? I go, I just really wanted to check it out. He's like, were you there for work? I said, yeah, I was doing a couple of conversations. It was awesome. It was a really cool conversation. I'm having brekkie cones. What's up? Watch out for the sharks. Come on. Mark Cuban is trying to creep into politics now. Are we going for Cuomo Cuban 2020? Yeah, they're going to be great. That's what we need. We need Cuban Bloomberg. We need an all billionaire ticket. That's what we need. Steyer Bloomberg. Cuban Steyer. Watch out for Uncle Bill's vaccine. What's up, Animal Lecter? All right, guys, I always forget this. I'll be right back. Hold on. Don't freak out. You're going to hear the sound of my voice. It's okay. The Infinity Stone, Thanos didn't make me disintegrate, guys. It's okay. I haven't yet figured out how to project my voice. I don't know. Maybe YouTube has just turned me invisible, so all I can do is my voice. Boom. He has to. No, I don't have to do that. There's why would you say that? Mom is Russian, dad is Scandinavian. Nice. I want Klobuchar to run every 4 years and tell that stupid, I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard joke every day. Yes, we need more of that. And Liz Warren to run and, wow, I'm just learning selfies. Great. 101 watching, 36 likes. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sunday, May the 17th? Jesus, I'm losing my brain. Looking sexy, Grant. Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's the closest I'm going to come to physical contact. Anyone else here afraid of the vaccine that will be rushed to the public prematurely? No, trust our leaders. Come on, they're so good, especially if it's Bill Gates. He's that dorky philanthropist. So what if he flew on a pedophile's airplane? Yeah, trust him. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't trust any of these people. It's okay to touch that like button. Yeah, thank you, Victory Jen. Yes, I couldn't be more suspicious. Yeah, I'm so suspicious of them. If they just say, if they're like, oh, here's some antiviral medication that just makes COVID not as bad. The symptoms won't be as bad. You just kind of have a bad cold for a week, but you take this medication, you'll get through it. Or something like that I would trust, but like, oh, we all need to take a vaccine and we might have to roll out the military if anyone doesn't want to take it. Nope. Start a black market vaccine card business today. Yeah. I'd love to change the world, but I don't know what to do, so I'll leave it up to you. You got it. I don't get the point. If we are already infected and built up antibodies, why would we need a vaccine at all? Yeah, exactly. Test the vaccine on the Senate first. I'm so down with that. Everyone in the Senate and Congress can get we'll test the vaccine on you guys first. Let's make sure it's safe. When I see everybody have to roll up, okay, and then we'll wait and see how you guys do. So many so-called libs and Dems love Bill Gates. Yeah, because Bill Gates has spent literally hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars spread out over all the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, or one of his business operations either buys ad time or they donate or to PBS or whatever. So he has bought 2 decades of favorable coverage, this marketing spin that he's this like lovable little Bill Gates guy. Nobody pushed hard on his ties to Epstein. Even last summer when Epstein, they caught him and he died and all that. None of it. They just let it slide, man. It's just like, yeah. Test on Trump, I'm down with that. He's not talking about poliomyelitis, he's talking about COVID, yeah. I'm not let me to be real clear here. I'm not an anti-vaxxer at all. I've never been I say the same thing. When the anti-vaxxers are like, all vaccines are bad, I say the same thing. Well, wait, hold on. What about polio, measles? I say all that. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I just don't trust how they're reacting to this COVID thing. And if they give us some mandatory vaccine, then I'm going to be nervous, because that I just don't. I don't trust them. Zach W., that is exactly what Andrew Carnegie did to change public perception of what a piece of shit he was. Yep, absolutely. Thoughts on Shahid's campaign? Do you support him? Yeah, I met him. Look, he came to Ron and I's Progressive Comedy Tour show, the last live show that we've done, that I've done in San Francisco. And, you know, I hope he... I hope he unseats Nancy Pelosi. I really do. And the one thing I'll say though is, and this is a thing I would ask him if I did an interview with him. I hope he beats if he defeated Nancy Pelosi, that would be awesome to get her out of there. She's obviously bad, but then I would be like, so what happens then when the Democratic establishment, someone will come lean on you and tell you, you better vote this, you better not talk about that or whatever. What are you going to do? Because I've even seen members of the squad now talk about, we need to give Americans affordable health care. Affordable health care. You know what that means? That means for-profit health care. Nancy Pelosi and the Democratic establishment has steered everybody away from Medicare for all because it was too popular and people need it too much in the middle of a pandemic. And Bernie Sanders was weak, and he should be, you know, he should be leading in all the polls. He should be running away with this. So that's my question to Shahid Buttar is I love his stance, his platform. I love that he's running against Pelosi. I hope he wins. But what's he going to do if he does win? And how are they going to lean on him? What are you going to do when they do lean on you? Because they're going to lean on you, you know? You know? Just got on, so may have missed. You must review all of Robert Kennedy Jr.'s Instagram and interviews, e.g. Dr. McCullough interview. He explains vaccines and Gates. Oh, all right. Cool. I'll do that. Yeah, I mean, if, I get wanting to donate to Shahid's campaign. I mean, look, man, Nancy Pelosi is like everything that's wrong with politics. And so if she got knocked out, it would be great. If she got knocked out and Mitch McConnell got knocked out, that would be great. That would just be great. Hey, Graham, I saw on Pappy Chulaman's interview with Shahid, and he says he would have voted for the bailout bills because of the $1,200. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know it's a thing. That's why I just can't, you know, yeah, I mean, good for him. I hope he wins, but I just can't get behind this. Progressives are going to overtake the Democratic Party anymore. I just can't. I've been doing this show for over 30 years, and that's all I've heard. And I got behind, the squad, AOC, and blah, blah, blah. They all buckle at the end of the day. Reforming the Democratic Party from within is like trying to reform a drug cartel from within. Like, I'm going to join this drug cartel and get them to stop selling poison, and they're going to start selling baby formula. I know I can do it. You have no chance. You're fighting this massive machine. You need to get outside of these parties. We need to have a movement to get all progressives outside of the Democratic Party and get independents and everybody outside of these two parties. That's what we need. 94 likes. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Let's read some super chats, kids. What do you say? You want to super chat it up? Oh. Took the last 2 days off, which was nice. They've opened the beaches. I went surfing, which is cool. Living alone is still really getting challenging. I'm like talking to surfers in the lineup and stuff, but no physical contact since March 14th. That's 2 months. I've never gone 2 months without physical contact in my entire life. And it's not good. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Oh, look at this now. We got the Nancy page. Act Fit. What's up, Act Fit? How you been, man? You're a total dork and we adore you. LOL. Thank you. Yeah? Can you adore these vegan guns? Oh, shit. Oh, Ray Foley, what's up, Ray? Shave your knuckles for justice. Movement for a People's Party. I'm down with that, Ray. I'm down with that, Ray. John Coyne, what's up, John Coyne? Are you shaving your knuckles for justice, John? Graham, thanks, buddy, for informing me. You rock. And I thank you, John. Fireboy, what's up? Boom, Fireboy. Boom, boom. Wait a minute. Why is this one? Jedi Mullet 77, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice, Jedi Mullet. I'll pass on a vaccine from Bill Gates. I remember 98 when he unveiled Windows 98 that crashed. Yeah, I know. It's pretty bad. Yeah, and the more, like having Whitney Webb on the show and doing more videos and exposing his ties to Epstein and eugenics and everything, I just don't trust that guy. I don't trust that guy at all. I don't trust it at all. Everything revolution. Shave your knuckles for justice. Everything revolution. Things change with power and insight from subtle to gross. What's your take on spirituality in the revolution? Also, your insight on a Jedi archetype. Oh, interesting. Oh, we're talking Star Wars, it sounds like. Things change with power and insight from subtle to gross. What's your take on spirituality in the revolution? Also, your insight on Jedi archetype. That's true. But yeah, things change when you, yeah, well, that's a great example. So when AOC was just this waitress going against this big incumbent Democrat, and she won and it was great. She started calling out the system, and then she's got 6.3 million Twitter followers. That's a powerful number of people that you have influence over. And they saw that, and they've made her, and then you can say access to power, and then you start making deals with yourself, and watch out. Don't say that. Oh, if I say that, I got to get reelected, and then and all this other stuff. And then that's when it happens. It's like you say, it's subtle like that. Her change in the squad is very subtle. Some people, like you say, it's just gross. They just get it. They go, I'm in power now. I don't give a shit. I can do whatever I want. My take on spirituality in the revolution is, well, for me at least, I have to apply sort of, what's within my control and what I'm powerless over and what I have control over, right? So if I accept the things I cannot change and then find the courage to change the things I can, that helps me, keeps me from going nuts, seeing this overwhelming, oh God, it's like, I saw this picture on Twitter, and there's this little village, and there's this big tidal wave that says COVID-19, right? And then right behind it is a bigger tidal wave that says recession. And then behind recession is a massive, 3 times the size tidal wave that says climate change. So when I look at all that stuff, and I finally watched Planet of Humans, it's like, oh God, it's like, you feel like, what are we gonna do? But so I just go back to making a change in my area, and everything that's in my, like if you picture standing in a hula hoop, everything in my hula hoop is my business. Everything outside of my hula hoop is not. So, like I say, when I go to the beach, I try to pick up 3 pieces of trash. I couldn't today. It was like, I had to park and crate and get out. I owe the beach 3 pieces of trash. No one would know that, but I had to tell you. Yeah, I think we have to try to, in terms of spirituality, see, it helps me kind of have compassion, for those, I don't like these white guys showing up with automatic weapons and Confederate flags and MAGA hats. I mean, that's really fucking alarming. in the one sense, and they get away with that. A bunch of black guys with automatic weapons would never get away with that in a million years, and there's a lot of racism there. I will say I can try to find some compassion for them because that's what capitalism has done. It has driven them to the point where they would rather die to get their job back. They won't wear a mask, but they'll carry a gun, which tells you they must have a lot of fear. If you feel like you need that gun, you must live in a lot of fear. Those gun guys are always like, oh, there's a gun. I gotta have a gun everywhere. There's a gun. My gun. You know, like they live in a lot of fear. So I try not to live in fear. And also, you know, I've read a lot of Buddhist stuff and a lot of different Dalai Lama books and other different Buddhist things. And so, you know, death is coming for all of us at one point or another. It might all happen at once, but, you know, and I try to not be negative or dark about that sentiment because like species that don't evolve go extinct. So if the human race doesn't evolve past greed and fear and fighting and stealing resources and making profit, even though it kills the environment or whatever, if we don't evolve past that, then we're going to go away. And there's just sort of like, I don't know, that's the truth. I mean, it's just like, that's just the reality. My insight on a Jedi archetype, I don't know that I quite understand the specifics of that question. Well, I'll say this: the Jedis were basically this is all of that thing. George Lucas modeled that after, you know, Zen Buddhism. Yoda is Buddha, the Jedis are samurai, and you know, live by a code that you know, everything's connected, and I believe everything's connected. And I talk about it even just in terms of like follow the money and look at the power structure, how everything's connected. So I don't know. That's yeah. So that's, I guess, I don't know, kind of went all over the place, but I hope that kind of answered it a little bit. Live simply, that's absolutely correct. Act fit, LOL, those vegan guns squealed a bit when seeing a roach in Pensacola. Oh, you were at the Pensacola show? Well, roaches are creepy, man. Oh, creepy, creep. You know what I mean? Everything revolution, shave your knuckles for justice, vegan guns. Still be afraid of a cockroach because they're nasty. 79 punk song, killer lyrics, media blitz, the gems, produced by Joan Jett. The world would be saved by a cultural revolution. Swami, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to need a cultural revolution. We're going to need a real serious shift. And, you know, I don't see it happening with electoral politics. I mean, for me, like Bernie was sort of the last chance at like maybe getting some sort of change in electoral politics. But the system is just completely broken. And one of you, I think it was Emberg33, sent me Mike Gravel's book that I just started reading. Let me show it to you real quick. Hold on. I just started reading it. So it's... let me just plug back in. Let me just plug back in, ladies and gentlemen. Let me plug back in. The Failure of Representative Government and the Solution. This is by Mike Gravel. And I didn't know that he worked in the intelligence community. And the creation of a legislature of people creates a partnership where the people and the representatives can independently make laws. And he's going to explain it in this book, very, very short book. But, you know, I interviewed Gravel on this show when he was running for president last summer. Really fascinating guy. He was the one who read the Pentagon Papers on the floor of the Senate to make them permanent record. That's that dude straight up. So 138 likes. Got to hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. It's not, you don't have to have a stay-at-home order. You can hit the like button. Dershowitz is a pedophile. Yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah, he's basically talking about direct democracy, absolutely, where the people vote on which laws. Imagine, instead of like, oh, we let these elected officials, there's a bill up there, you know, Do we want student debt forgiveness? And it's out there and all of America votes on that bill. Oh, we're going to pay for it. Done. You know? Go Wild Kids. Hi from Evanston. What's up? Go Kids. It's likely the last thing animals feel before they're murdered. Fear. Emotions are energy, and we can choose not to ingest that emotion. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're ingesting a lot of fear. The Corbett Report has a really good video on Gates. Oh, good to know. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I met Gravel in Detroit when he was running for president. Come on, Graham, that would be democracy. What are you thinking? I know, my fault. We shouldn't have actual democracy. We have some of this in California. Some of the things that the public has voted for here is very dumb. I think the public turned down gay marriage in California or something, right? Yeah, and then they finally voted for it. I mean, they voted down medical marijuana, then they voted for medical marijuana, they voted down recreational marijuana, then finally voted for it. So, you know, some things take some time. And, you know, if people had more of a direct involvement, like they got to vote on bills, I think people would spend more time paying attention. I mean, it's hard. Our whole system is broken. The media is, you know, we talk about, that's what I talk about on the show all the time. The media is broken. The courts are broke. Like everything's bought and paid for the ruling class, everything. So it's hard so people get propagandized pretty easily and they just spew bullshit and they don't even realize it, you know, but we're all part of that. Sharing is caring. We are a brainwashed culture, right? California voted down Medicare for all. But again, that's because Anthony Rendon and other elected state officials killed single-payer healthcare in 2017. They killed it. It's a democratically controlled House and Senate in the state of California. The Democrats within the state of California killed it. That's what Gravel's talking about. So, yes, I'm not excusing the times the voters, but a lot of times they put these bills out there and they're misrepresented, and they spend all this lobbying money to make people get confused what the bill is. So, but again, it's like taking it, we're giving all of our power to these elected officials and they don't give a shit what we think or care about. They don't care. But that is a good point. Hit the like button, everybody. Shave your knuckles for justice, daymares. It bothers me that some fellow socialists dismiss warnings in Planet of the Humans. It's like they refuse to see what they don't like. Your thoughts? Yeah, Planet of Humans. Some of the stuff in there I knew. Oh, hold on. Crazy sneeze, everybody. Crazy sneeze. Settling down. Settling down. I'm back. Yeah, so Planet of Humans, you know, I was aware of some of the, not to the detail of in terms of what resources are needed to like make solar panels and wind turbines and stuff like that. And then seeing what's behind that was really a bummer, you know, that like fossil fuel companies are just buying, and we got to go strip the earth of all these resources, these, you know, minerals and stuff to make these products. And I knew a little bit about that just from some of the other environmental videos and interviews that I've done on this show, and the way they map it out there is like, it's, you know, what the movie's basis is, and it's something we're all kind of realizing in the middle of this pandemic, is consumption. We just can't consume. And that's the thing. And, you know, I hope part of the, like, we're all learning to live more simply in this environment, in the pandemic. I hope it translates after, you know, the quarantine ends, because I think about just as a kid, right? Just in terms of resources. So I'm the youngest of 4, and growing up, there were 6 people, mom, dad, and 4 kids in my house, right? Pretty typical Midwestern middle-class household, right? We had 1 phone number. We had 3 actual telephones in our home for 6 people. 1 number and 3 phones for 6 people. And the phones didn't even need to be plugged into a power source. You just needed to plug them in to the phone line. And we had a phone in our kitchen, 1 in my parents' bedroom, and 1 in our basement. Again, a 4-bedroom house for 6 people, 1 phone number. And now, that same size family, 6 people, there would be 6 phone numbers, 6 cell phones, 6 smartphones, and how many computers or tablets or laptops or whatever on top of that, right? So just think about all of the resources that are used to make just one of these. And that's just kind of what the movie's talking about. Like all of this, I mean, I look at like, I love doing this show, but I think about, I mean, I guess I'm using less resources than a big TV studio would be using, but it's like, we've got to figure out a way to not, and because everything is tied into this global capitalism. I mean, that's why we all got to go back to work. We got to stop the stay-at-home orders. We got to go because the economy is collapsing because everything is dependent upon consumer capitalism, which means just buying, making more products and more products and more products. And, you know, that's a problem. It is a problem. And I watched that movie, and what terrifies me is not like, I mean, climate collapse is pretty terrifying, but what terrifies me even more is the ruling class knows all those statistics, and the ruling class goes, well, boy, if we wipe out half the population, boy, that'll help our situation. Then we can keep making like, it's, you know, I mean, I've been a big proponent on this show of like a Green New Deal, but I watch that movie and I see like, you know, just putting Americans to work, making, you know, wind turbines and solar panels, something I said on this show numerous times. And you look at that movie and you're like, man, I don't know. How do we do it? I would say, and this is because I've seen some research on this, I've done videos on this, that there is actual ways to make plastics from plants. And there has to be a way to make, you know, we have to do, but we can do both. Completely use less. And Michael Moore paid to put it out there. He didn't make the film. Yeah. Yeah. So this is a good point here from Citizens Media TV. Solar panels. Thank you, Jeff. Shave your knuckles for justice. Solar panels are created with fossil fuels only because we use fossil fuels. That will dramatically decrease as we get away from fossil fuels. We need to change the meaning of consumption, not just consume less. That's a great point. And that's what one of the things I'm trying to say is like, we use fossil fuels and minerals, and the way we consume is, oh, we need to just grab natural resources and strip them out of the earth and turn them into a thing. So that's, I believe, what Jeff was talking about here, and what I'm trying to get to this point of changing our thinking. So rather than, we can't make anything, we can't consume, if we just changed our whole approach and said we can't consume anything unless it's sustainable. If it's a natural resource that they're not making any more of, there's no more dinosaurs dying and it's dirty to burn it, forget it. If it's made from hemp, which is a weed, or if it's made from whatever, cactus or plants or seaweed or anything like that, that we can sort of regrow quickly, then I'm all for it. And as I've said, I think if we put more research into that, and again, it's who's doing the research. If it's fossil fuel companies spending money on research, they're still thinking about how can we make a profit, even if climate collapse, like, and we need to get them out of the equation. We need to get rid of fossil fuels, stop using them, get off of them for sure, consume less, and also change the meaning of consumption, as Jeff is talking about. So that was sort of my takeaway from Planet of Humans. I didn't want to just go abandon, oh, forget it, we're doomed. But it is, you know, it's pretty dark in terms of, you know, and kind of finding the like following the money, a thing I say in the show all the time. And the director of that movie, I think, did an excellent job of like following the money and wait a minute, who's behind biomass? And oh, it's 100% sustainable this, and it isn't really. And so, and people are just, but I don't think people get the severity. The thing I've said during this pandemic, okay, so this COVID was a very severe thing, it was highly contagious. Everyone was getting sick. All these people were dying all over the world, and the whole world, every country went, oh shit, we got to do something about this. And there was this mass reaction to it. And you can debate and argue which country or whatever should have done more or less of this or that. But overall, there was an overall, it wasn't like some countries just went, like everyone actively did something. Again, you can argue about what should or should not have been done, but a global effort was made, right? And it was this like, holy shit, our whole world's changed pandemic. What if we treated climate collapse that way? We should, because COVID-19 isn't going to wipe out the whole planet. Even if we did nothing, no stay-at-home measures, and everyone just went, herd immunity, and we lost 1% of the population, which would be awful, that still wouldn't kill everybody. And I don't think people understand climate collapse is going to kill everybody. So if we treated climate collapse, even just how we treated COVID-19, we could do this. We could like get off of fossil fuels and find sustainable everything. And if and like the research in that movie, a bunch of scientists say, look, we can't, the way we're making solar panels right now, we can't keep doing that. So we can't just build more solar panels and pull all these minerals out of the ground and fuck the earth over. That's not going to do it. Okay. If that's, then find a way to harness energy that's sustainable. Figure out a way to do that. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I believe if enough smart and people got together, they could figure something out and consume less. Everyone's got to stay at home, right? The whole planet had to stay at home. What if they said everyone's got to stay at home and you consume less? Everybody's got to stop buying stuff, and we're going to, in addition to getting off of fossil fuels, that means plastics. Everything, everything plastic that's petroleum based. Everything that's plastic is petroleum based. Everything, right? So then that's what getting off fossil fuels means. Not just getting rid of the internal combustion car. It means everything. So we need single-use plastic for like medical supplies to keep them sterile. But there's got to be a solution to that then. We have to approach it completely differently. And that's the takeaway I got from watching Planet of Humans. And some of you have sent me some like counter narratives and stuff to that movie, and I haven't watched them yet, but I will. So to me, the movie brings up some good points, and holding people in the green economy accountable because they're just like Al Gore. Again, of course, you can't trust Al Gore. Who I think Virginia Roberts said she saw when she was being trafficked by Epstein. So can't trust Gore. And just these, I'm going to partner with this Goldman Sachs guy or whatever, this hedge fund. So geothermal, yeah, there's all these great answers out there. Plastics can be made from vegetables and sewage, absolutely. And that's the thing I would like to see, rather than, we can't let the fossil fuel people cannot be involved in the Green New Deal or the saving the planet. They just can't. I just don't trust them. They just can't. They're drug addicts. They're just like fucking heroin addicts. Just like, you got to help us, but you can't do heroin. I won't do heroin. I won't shoot it. I'll sniff it a little, but I won't shoot it. I'm not going to, you can't sniff. Okay. I'll just smoke it, but nope. Like they can't, they're addicted to it. They can't get off of it. They're addicts. We're all a bunch of fuel addicts unknowingly. So we need to get off. And every time we talk about this, I love this show because all of you bring up all these great solutions and all these things that are already happening, right? The Chinese have a house paint that absorbs solar energy like panels. We should look into solutions like that. Exactly. And let's find out what materials go into that house paint. Because again, if anything has to, like, we got to strip a bunch of minerals out of the ground, or then no, we can't do it. But if it's like, oh, we can just grow these, these weeds or whatever, turn them into, and they grow back really quickly, or algae, whatever. I'm all for it, man. I've done a video on, they found a soil bacteria that absorbs methane. So to solve this climate change, you have to, there's not just one thing, like solar panel, it's going to be 10,000 things. Looking at of what happened with this pandemic can give you an idea of how, so all these things happened with this pandemic that nobody saw coming or should have saw, whatever, but we didn't realize how interconnected everything was, right? So it's like, okay, we just got to shut down the schools. Now, wait a minute, there's a bunch of kids who get their food at schools. Now, what happens to that? We shut down the schools. The farmers lost 50% of their demand. There's food that's being wasted. The parents that are frontline workers, the school was childcare. So now we got to figure all that out, right? We saw that. So that's part of what you have to approach. You have to step back and have a giant and have like a single vision approach of no more fossil fuels. Everything has to be sustainable. Everything. We have to start from scratch and go everything back to sustainable. And I'm open to whatever ideas, but we have to figure that out. We cannot pull any more oil out of the ground. We cannot do it. We can't be pulling all these minerals and stuff out of the ground and make all these batteries and everything like that. I mean, I've talked about it. I drive an electric vehicle, and I said, look, I know the electric vehicle, the electric car is not the like, yay, we fixed it. If everyone's on an electric car, we fixed it. It would be a nice interim step. But again, all the resources to make all those batteries. So if someone can come up with a way to make those batteries that's sustainable, dispose of them in a sustainable way, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. There's got to be some answers out there. And it's going to take not one answer or two answers. It's going to take 1,000. But everyone's got to be, everyone, it was all hands on deck to figure out this pandemic. Where all the research scientists, all the thing, we need ventilators, we need masks, we need this. Everyone's trying to figure this out. Everyone got involved. What if everybody got involved to save the planet from complete collapse, to save the human race from being wiped off the planet? Planet Earth is going to be fine. The human race is going to be gone. Planet Earth will be fine. So if we don't approach it with that thinking, right now it's still just this, like, to a lot of people and powerful people and whatever, it's just sort of like a bumper sticker thing. Yeah, climate change is important. Even Bernie, well, it's an existential threat. What does that mean? What does that mean to the average person who's just working and trying to pay their bills? And what does it mean to them, existential threat? What does that mean? If you were to sit someone down who's just like got a couple of jobs and trying to pay their bills and just looking for the cheapest gas or a hybrid, or something, they're going to be like, what does that mean to them? You need to just say it. The human race is going to get wiped off the face of the earth unless we do something. So I don't know what it's going to take. Them stacking up bodies dying from climate change. And everyone saw the COVID-19 bodies in New York and went, holy shit, this is for real. So I don't know what it's going to take. Reduction is aimed at those who overconsume. Yeah, those who consume enough. Yeah, that's a good point. Sorry, it jumped up on me. Citizens Media TV again. Stephen Hale is big on this sustainable prosperity. Okay, cool. Of course, the MMT guys got a smart take on sustainability. Of course they do. Check out my MMT playlist, ladies and gentlemen. We tried to do this interview. We had some tech problems. I don't know what. We might just have to do it again, Jeff. Sorry, dude. I don't know what the fuck happened. Melissa H., Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Hoping employers learn they can get more production from workers when they work from home and let them continue to do so. Keep cars off the road. Yeah, that's another great thing. Employers got to just be, whether they're thinking about the environment or not, have to be going, wait a minute, why do I need to spend all this office space, this big overhead? Why can't people just work at home? And employees, I'm sure many of you are like, well, why do I need to go back to an hour of round trip commuting every day in my car and spending all this gas and blah, blah, blah. Just wake up in my pajamas and go to work, you know, like, so I don't know. I hope that shakes out. 376 watching, 230 likes. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Damn it, sustainable prosperity. Oh, Citizens Media TV, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Sustainable prosperity. Fidel too. Oh yeah, right on. Yeah, there's a way to do this. Just buy more. It's like Bezosian insanity. Like, let's just call everything evil and greedy and corrupt Bezosian. He's just awful. Jason Milton, what's up, Jason Milton? Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Graham, what do you think about the establishment's favorite billionaire, Elon Musk, showing his true colors as a greedy CEO that wants to make profits than the safety of his workers? Well, I'm glad he's being exposed, because he's another guy that's like, oh, Elon Musk is cool, you know, like, oh, he's smoking weed on Joe Rogan, or, you know, Teslas are cool looking cars. Oh, I've talked about how it's cool technology and all this stuff. But again, that's just more, you know, Zuckerberg, he's always got a hoodie on and they're cool. No, they're unelected tech billionaires who are controlling our freedom of speech, who don't have to pay taxes, who get whatever the fuck they want. And then, oh, he's losing. I'm going to move out of California. Good, bitch. Get the fuck out. Like, I don't care what. I'm glad we're seeing how awful these people are. There's no way you became a billionaire because you were a good person. There's no way. There's no way. You can work hard and get a smart business and make some millions. Sure, yeah. Hard work, paid off. You had a really smart idea, sharp person, got it. Billionaire, you're corrupt as fuck, man. You need to go. This one won't. Can you pronounce Elon Musk's baby name? I don't know what his baby name is. Yeah, no one should ever have $1 billion. All right. Boycott your crap government. Let's do a segment here. No. I did this segment before, and then I had such shitty sound problems that I had to pull it, but I'm going to do it again. Come on, robot. Okay, Jesus. Settle down, robot. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Heldt, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. You know, we're in the middle of a pandemic. People are losing their jobs. We have around 30% unemployment. The government's spend $1,200 stimulus checks. Some people have gotten unemployment, some haven't. I got $1,200 stimulus, no unemployment. Told I can't travel, lost 30% of my income, but nothing from the government. So the Democratic Party really has its fingers on the pulse of what working people are going through right now. People are really struggling to get by. Businesses are closing down, going out of business. The federal government is barely getting out anything in their stimulus plan. So that's when Hillary Clinton decides, I'm going to charge $100,000 to talk to me on Zoom. Boy, she gets it. Zoom call tickets represent everything wrong with the Democratic Party. This is from Lauren Martinchek. I just started reading her on Medium. I don't know much about her, but this is a really solid article. The latest Joe Biden fundraising efforts are leaving me more convinced than ever that the Democratic Party is beyond all hope. And by the way, to help get Joe Biden elected, you get to talk to Hillary Clinton. Boy, is she going to be the nominee come November. I've said it. It's my prediction. But here's what if 100 grand is a little out of your price range, like let's say you've been furloughed and you don't know how you're going to pay your bills and you haven't paid your rent in 2 months. And the best the government is telling you is, oh, you can't get evicted, but you're going to have to owe all these back payments and rent. You could talk to Hillary. If 100 grand is too much, they've got other plans for you. Boy, Biden for president, Democratic National Convention, a virtual conversation with a war criminal. She's been on Jeffrey Epstein's plane twice. She's been at Epstein's compound numerous times. So she, at the very least, was hanging out with a known pedophile. Her husband is a known pedophile who was on Epstein's plane 26 times. Ghislaine Maxwell, who settled out of court with Virginia Roberts Giuffre about being a pedophile and a sex trafficker, was at her daughter's wedding. But she wants you to give her 100 grand. If that's too much, we got all different kind of chairs. And I'm going to go into the contribution levels. It's May 19th. It's this week. It's going to be great. So if 100 grand is too much for you, like let's say you're drowning in student loan debt and you have crappy Obamacare and you're afraid to get sick because you'll still have to pay money because Obamacare sucks and the Democratic Party, including Nancy Pelosi, refuses to petition for Medicare for all. You could 50 grand. You can be a champion. $50,000 a ticket to be a champion. You're a champion to a woman that, co-runs the Clinton Foundation, which brings in hundreds of millions of dollars a year. Remember when she was Secretary of State and 20 countries donated to the Clinton Foundation and all 20 of those countries got defense contracts when she was Secretary of State? She needs your money. Having a hard time paying your bills? Falling behind, racking up debt, going into your savings, spending your retirement, spending your kids' college fund to pay your bills, and 50 grand's too much? Well, you know what? You can just be a guest for $5,600. A limited availability attendee tickets are $2,800. $2,800. Everybody have this kind of money, and especially in the middle of a pandemic, they got the balls to put this out there. You want to be considered a friend to the Biden campaign and by extension the Democratic Party as well, you must purchase a ticket for no less than $15,600. That is the definition of a good friend. You want to be my friend, folks? Give me 15 grand. 50 grand buys you a championship. In April alone, 20.5 million Americans lost their job due to the coronavirus pandemic. April 2020, the worst economic month in the history of the United States. And Hillary and the Democrats want to charge you a minimum of $2,800. What? Wait, what? Look, I've lost work from this pandemic, but I got this YouTube show doing okay. I feel bad asking you guys to support me with YouTube and Patreon, but I don't know how else to keep this show going. If I was a millionaire, imagine if I was worth hundreds of millions of dollars and I was asking you for money. Oh, why don't you dip into the Clinton Foundation and support Joe Biden? Or why don't you just do what you're going to do? You're going to do what you're going to do. You're going to get him out of there and then you're going to run. Host 100 grand, champion 50,000, supporter 41,100. It's like what I make in a year. Like 50 grand a year. It's a decent yearly salary. 100 grand a year. That's a good year. That's a good year. You made 100 grand. Supporter 41,000. That's around the average American salary is 42 grand. Friend 15,600. Guest 56. Attendee 2,800. I'm unable to participate. Would like to contribute. Optional. Quantity. Oh, can you buy more than one? Gee, I wonder who's going to buy those. I wonder if the head of Pfizer is going to buy one of those. He can't because he runs a company, but I bet you his wife can, and they'll just sit there and have a friendly Zoom chat with a war criminal pedophile. The Democratic Party has been warned for 5 years about what would happen if they continued in this direction. And rather than use the 2016 election as a learning moment, they have doubled down on the practices that have disenfranchised and demoralized countless voters. Not only are these $100,000 Zoom call tickets an indicator of what's wrong with the Democratic Party, they're representative of what's wrong with the American political and economic system overall. Plus, the refusal of people on the left to acknowledge how awful Obama's presidency was. There's that thing floating around, oh, the only scandal in his was the tan suit. Really, the tan suit? So him taking us from 2 wars to 7. Obama dropped more bombs than Bush. That's not my opinion. That's a matter of public record. Obama deported 3 million people. Not my opinion, matter of public record. He built the cages at the border and had families separated there before Trump did it. Again, that's a matter of fact. That is a statement of fact. 6 million foreclosures happened while he gave almost $1 trillion to the banks and prosecuted 0 CEOs. He gave all that money to the banks and still 6 million foreclosures happened. Again, that is not my opinion. That is what happened. I can go on and on. He said, let's see how Standing Rock plays out. He drank the water at Flint, Michigan. And the Flint, Michigan water is still contaminated. Over 85,000 people have died in Yemen, and the Democratic Party and people on the left, the Vote Any Blue Will Do, refuse to acknowledge how awful this guy was. And then they see this and they think, yeah, but this isn't as bad as Trump. What? How are the Democrats becoming more out to lunch than Trump? Trump, who is a spoiled little rich kid, who's probably got a coke problem. He's been on Epstein's plane. William Barr won't prosecute anybody. So we know Trump is a part of the pedophile billionaire class. And you're making yourselves worse than this idiot? The guy who hosted a reality TV show, who ran with no intention of winning. He just ran so Roger Ailes was going to give him his own network. That's all he wanted to do. As more time passes and the crisis continues to get worse, I've never been more convinced the United States is at the very least on the verge of becoming a failed state, if it isn't already. Every month, we're 2 weeks away from from June 1st. Everyone's rent's going to be due. How many people? And you think kind of opening up a handful of restaurants and clothing stores is going to suddenly, what? If we fired up, opened everything up, full force today, we would still already have lost 20% of our economy. It's gone. There's still all these people that it's going to take months, if not years, to recover from. And the worst hasn't even started. All the foreclosures, all the bankruptcies, that hasn't even started yet. That's going to in the next 6 to 9 months. 12 on the outset. It's going to start happening. The American people deserve far better, and I refuse to perpetuate the system that motivates these practices with my vote for either mainstream political party in November. Amen. The lesser of two evils is still evil. If you tell the Democrats you will vote for them no matter what, that's why they keep doing this. The Democratic Party learned nothing from 2016 because they weren't punished. They weren't held accountable. They weren't. Bernie Sanders sheep-herded a bunch of us and no one has done anything. And you're banking on the Democratic Party. Joe Biden, a rapist with dementia, who was he was the vice president of all those awful things that Obama did. Obama and Biden made the Bush tax cuts permanent, opened up the Arctic to drilling twice. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but his tweets were nice. So we have a fondness for those 8 years. We have such a fondness for polite tweets and polite interviews and polite sessions with the media that now we love war criminal George W. Bush. He's on Ellen, he's cuddling up with Michelle Obama. So what if he lied about weapons of mass destruction? So what if Bush and Obama have murdered millions of people in the Middle East? That's not on our front door. Who gives a shit? We don't want to know how the sausage is made. We just want to believe that the other party's bad and our party's better. Same thing to the people who are Republicans. You think your party is better than the Democrat? You're wrong. Both parties suck. Both parties don't give a damn about working class people. Republicans are a little bit better at masking it, but both parties, all they care about is big business, big banks, war, big pharmaceutical. We should have free healthcare in this country. We can't get, people are dying because they don't have healthcare in the middle of a pandemic. This pandemic exposed how broken our whole system is. We can't even get stimulus checks out to people. We can't forgive student loan debt, which is $1.5 trillion, but we spent $1.5 trillion to get the F-35 made. Did you know that? What would you rather have? No more student debt or a shiny new bomber that we don't need? We could blow the world up 10 times over. Oh, awesome. Let's keep spending money on that. There was 500,000 people living on the streets before the pandemic. Before the pandemic, I would imagine that number has probably doubled. But Nancy Pelosi's eating ice cream. So that's the Democratic Party, folks. That's what they do. They're unbelievable how out of touch they are. Oh, wait, forgot to show you this. This is how out of touch they are. They're so out of touch that this video can't play. Here we go.
We turn now to that $350 billion fund to help small businesses and its workers get through the shutdown.
It will be up to Congress to restock it.
But Democrats blocking that move this morning.
They asked for $250 billion in 48 hours. I said, well, I don't think so. They objected, and I congratulate the Senate Democrats.
Speaker Pelosi, what are you going to share with us from your home?
Chocolate candy.
Thousands have been forced to wait for hours at food banks all across the country.
This is
Oh my.
chocolate, and then we have some other chocolate here. We just got it restocked, the ice cream.
You don't want to eat up everything all at one time.
I can't do it much longer. I'm trying so hard.
We were, shall we say, enjoying.
Having to admit that, yeah, we're starving, and
I like it better than anything else.
Taping this segment, there are 22 million people out of
This
work.
specific program is about stopping job losses today.
This is hurting people bad.
Other people in our family look for some other flavors, but
Right now, it's survival move. You don't know where that next something else going to come from.
I don't know what I would have done if ice cream were not invented. I just wonder.
Donald Trump didn't even have to show his picture or speak. He just put paid for by Donald Trump for president because they legally have to do that. Donald Trump, who I think is an awful president, he shut down the pandemic team, right? If the Democrats really gave a shit, they should be crucifying Trump right now. Bernie Sanders should be ascending and the whole country's like, let's just get this guy in November and we'll be fine now because he's going to really take care of things. Trump is arguing with the press like a 5-year-old. And what do? They just handed him November. That's what that, I mean, I'm buying ice cream. I'm not giving them, I don't think we're giving him $250 billion so quickly. Oh, there's people starving. And when they finally do sign the stimulus plan, when they finally did it, there's $4.25 trillion for the banks and Wall Street. So we get table scraps, and she still refuses. And now she's got all the members of the squad and everybody saying, oh, we got to get Americans affordable health care. When you hear that word affordable, that means it's not Medicare for all. That means it's still this bullshit, crappy, for-profit healthcare system that literally kills people. People are dying. Trump is an awful president. You could crush him so easily. You could say he wasn't prepared, doesn't know what he's talking about. He's telling you to spray Lysol in your face. You could eat him alive. He's the most beatable guy out there. But instead, you're letting Trump out-left you. He's going to give $2,000 UBI, $2,000. He's talking about Medicare for all. He's talked about that amidst his little temper tantrums like a 5-year-old. But you're sitting there eating ice cream, and then Hillary is charging you $100,000 to talk to her via Zoom. Unbelievable. And Bernie should have stood up and he didn't. And Tulsi backed Joe Biden. They're all backing Biden. You cannot trust the Democratic Party. You cannot trust these fake ass progressives, the squad, AOC, none of them. Tulsi, Warren, Bernie, done. She could sell one of those freezers and I could maybe get my unemployment check. Thanks, Pelosi. But instead I'll go buy ice cream. Thanks for watching. God. Segment makes me mad. 110 watching, 277 likes. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like button. Clintons kidnapped Haitian children. Yep, they're awful people. The Clintons are horrible. Yeah. Clintons are hideous criminals. God. All right, let's read some super chats. Citizens Media TV. No, please, my edit is great. Please release it. You sent me my raw footage. That's what happened, Jeff. I looked at the thing I downloaded. It was you uploaded my raw footage. Because what I uploaded was the thing you sent me. So you sent me the wrong file. So send me the right file. We can fix it. I didn't check it. I just uploaded. I was tired. That was my fault. Progressive Martian. Shave your knuckles for justice. Paycheck.com has 3-minute video, and the corp that got the DOD money for vaccine with chip money is for 303 million pre-filled needle by October to start. Please play. Oh God, I'll look more into that. Progressive Martian. API Ject.com. Censored super chat. Okay. API JECT apoject.com. All right, I'll look into that. Thank you. All right, sorry, this thing keeps jumping around. All right. Dan Campbell. Dan, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice, sending this. On account you're a friend of Dore, but you had no business calling Biden a rapist with any certainty without a trial, and especially now that we know more about terrorist propensities, his war crimes will be enough to disqualify him. 8 women have accused him. 8. I believe your story. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna go fuck. If you're gonna say believe all women, then fuck him. He's guilty. And Epstein, Maria Farmer said she was trafficked to Biden. He's filthy. He's a rapist. Fuck him. Fuck Trump. Fuck Biden. They're all rapists. Fuck them. Set him on fire. Thanks for the support, Dan. Yes, his war crimes are enough to disqualify him. His voting for or writing the Biden crime bill is enough to disqualify him. They're all enough to disqualify him. The fact that he has dementia is enough to disqualify him. All right. Oh, Jesus. All right. This is things move slow. All right. Ow. I think I might get a chair and start. I don't know. It's sort of freezing up. It's like I'm trying to look at all the super chats, but they keep freezing up. It's fucking annoying as shit. All right. Kush Renata, Shave Knuckles for Justice. I can't watch that ad without tearing up because those people suffering are true. I canvassed for Bernie and that ad made me throw my Dem card away. Yeah, I know, man. And that should be Bernie's ad. Bernie should be playing an ad like that, but showing Trump being a jackass, showing Trump going, this disease isn't nothing, just spray yourself with Lysol. Like, Bernie should have an ad showing how incompetent Trump is during this time. Showing Mitch McConnell going, we don't want to give people stimulus. That's Bernie should be running an ad going, people need Medicare for all. People need $2,000 UBI. They need rent forgiveness. And then show all the Republicans are like, whoa, we can't do that, which you could do. You could put that ad together like that. Nope. Instead, Pelosi just gave it to Trump. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Why is this taking so long? Anthony Chisholm, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. WorldSocialistWebsite.org. Shortest link I can find about the fruit packing warehouse workers striking here in Washington. Oh, awesome. Sweet. Let me open that up and then I'll save that and maybe do an article about it or a story or a thing or a segment or a boom. Walk out at hundreds of workers walk out at 6 fruit packing plants in Washington state. Awesome. Hundreds of workers have taken action at 6 fruit packing. Wow. Well, holy shit. What do you say we just turn this into a big fat segment right goddamn now? Just really slowing my computer down. Okay, what happened? Sorry. Hold on. God damn it. Hold on. I just had it. I just had this thing. Hold on. Sorry. Here we go. All right. Let's do this right now. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Boom, shellac, boom. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. You can also support the show at patreon.com/Graham Elwood. And, all right. All right, I'm sorry. I'm having some tech issues, so that we might not be able to get to that, but I want to do this story. Sent to me by Laura House, but I want you to hear this. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood. You are watching The Political Vigilante, and I just got this information about what is happening on the Navajo Nation with regard to COVID-19. And I'm not seeing this covered by the mainstream media. This is a friend of mine, comic Laura House, who was on that Native American TV show that I directed. This is a kid put this on TikTok. It's some pretty alarming statistics.
It's come up on your For You page, so listen up. I'm Navajo. I live on the Navajo Reservation. Currently on the Navajo Reservation, there are more than 1,200 cases and more than 50 deaths. The Navajo Reservation spans 27,000 square miles, more than West Virginia. If the Navajo Nation were considered a state, we would be ranked number 3 in the nation, right behind New Jersey and New York. West Virginia is living on 163 grocery stores, while my nation is living on 13. West Virginia also has 63 hospitals, while my Navajo Reservation is living on 6. Today, Native Americans are being left out of the U.S. data count on positive coronavirus cases and being labeled as other. Native American. Today, we live on broken treaties and broken promises from the U.S. government. There are more than 500 Native American tribes in the U.S. today, and we are all told to share $8 billion in relief fund. This is America.
Wow. So I was aware of how big the Navajo Nation is in terms of landmass, but they're the size of West Virginia, and they've got what was it, 9 hospitals compared to 63 in West Virginia, whatever that was. That's pretty alarming. And it's really spread out, and there's a lot of older people who are like living out in the middle of nowhere, and they don't have, this is another thing that I'm aware of that I saw on the news that this guy didn't talk about is some of them don't have fresh water. They have to go to a water well, and again, in the stimulus plan, they gave $8 billion to be spread out to all 500 tribes. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, the number of cases they've had, the deaths and everything, and it's just, we don't hear about it. We don't hear about this at all. It is another complete failure of our government. And again, so great that the American government is failing Native Americans again. It's not like there's a long history of that, so I don't know why that kid's all mad. Like, get the fuck out. It drives me nuts. Like, we keep failing. This country is a joke. We are a failed state. We're a failed state. We can't take care of any of our citizens, let alone the ones who this was their land to begin with. It's unbelievable. We gave $4.25 trillion to banks and Wall Street, and 500 Native American tribes got to cut up $8 billion. The state of California alone has a $53 billion shortfall. What? Gee, what if we took just one of those trillions of dollars and just peeled away one little $1 trillion from those good, hardworking, decent folks at the Goldman Sachs and whatever else, hedge fund? What if we just took $1 trillion and gave like 100 billion to the 500? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Every state's having a shortfall. We should all be getting, every state should be getting money from the federal government, including the Navajo Nation and all the 500 tribes. Yet again, the federal government, they've been abandoning Native Americans since day one for several hundred years, and they've been abandoning us. I mean, it's just like, they don't give a shit about anybody except the banks and the corporations and I mean, is Boeing having to go through that? So I appreciate my friend Laura House sending me that. And what the person, somebody said, I can't believe I had to go on TikTok to find out about this. Yeah, I had to find this, a retweet of a TikTok on Twitter. That's how I found out about this. And you're finding out about this from me. This should be This should be mainstream news. We should be talking about how this is not right. What kind of a country treats its own citizens this way? But Nancy Pelosi loves her ice cream. Nancy Pelosi loves her ice cream. Oh. 8 billion for 500 tribes. That is unbelievable. It's nothing. And they call them other. That's offensive. It's so many offenses. It's like racist. It's class. It's all of it. So at least you got your news here. Nobody else is going to show you that. Bam. $352 likes. The naughty vegan, shave your knuckles for justice. Never mind ice cream. Pelosi should restock her soul. Oh, no room. No room, bro. Sorry. Sean Comet, shave your knuckles for justice, Sean. We went from having the greatest generation now being the minimum generation, the greatest generation, the minimum generation. Wear mask saves lives of grocery store workers and fellow humans. Yeah. Darth Buzzkill, shave your knuckles for justice. How are most of the citizens of this country so blind to the Shakarian frauds that are both priorities? The crudelity of people is just amazing. Yeah, I don't know why people can't see it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anthony, shave your knuckles for justice. Shahid Buttar for Congress, abolish Homeland Security. I'm down with that. Mike 389 1973, shave your knuckles for justice. Here you go, champ. Biden's the worst. Don't hold back. Yeah, I won't. I won't. Boy, this is just like everything's like moving so slow on my computer. It's really frustrating. I'm trying to read all the super chats, but it's getting frustrating. All right, I'll open them up on another page. I'll open up on another page because it's just getting problematic. Why is this fucking open? Sorry. All right. All right, sorry. It's just getting slow and I can't see all the super chats. Yeah, everything's like working really slow. I'm sorry, guys. It's really I'm trying to like get it and it's not working. Okay, come on, just fucking for the love of Christ. Cinderloo 2, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Thank you, Cinderloo, for supporting the show. I appreciate it. Johnny Wishbone, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Appreciate you keeping the narrative alive on sex trafficking scandal. Don't give them room to breathe. I will not. Let's see. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars. It says the dawning of the age of Aquarius. You got that right. We don't have rights, just privileges. All right. Yeah, I have to do that farm worker work tomorrow because I'm just having some tech issues. Sorry about that. Thank you for sending me that, though. Grow a garden. Hello from New Zealand. What's up? Okay. All right. What's up? What's up, Arno? Don't forget, guys, check out Arno's CBD oil. You go to Rare Naturals CBD, rarenaturalscbd.com, use coupon code Gotham, and you get 30% off, and it includes free shipping throughout the United States. It supports a healthy lifestyle, supports a sense of relaxation, supports recovery from intense workouts and training, all things that I do. I've used it. I like it. I don't feel high. I don't want to be high. Helps me sleep. I love it. Coupon code Gotham, rarenaturalscbd.com. Save 30%. Arno, I'm having some, we need to have a call at some point this week, brother, when you're around. Because I'm having my computer's moving slow. Now that I started using the transcoder and the OBS, and I don't know, maybe my laptop's, it's almost 3 years old. Maybe it's, I don't know what's up, but let's try to talk about that at some point. 5G and what? Yeah, 5G is pretty gnarly. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to like avoid stuff. It's just like everything is moving super slow, and so I can't scroll up and see all the super chats. You put CBD oil under your tongue. Yes. Yeah. It does suck that a $2,000 computer is old after 3 years. I know. That's so dumb. All right, folks. Well, I'm gonna. It's been an hour and a half, so. Chuck Zlatkin, Chuck Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Please look into Trump's attempted theft of the Postal Service from the American people. Yeah, I have talked about that a little bit. Yeah, the post office is great. I ship everything from grandma.com using the post office, and I love it. It does a fantastic job. It's union labor. The Republicans have been trying to kill the post office for decades, man. Sam Dean, what's up? Does Marlon Shatner have an opinion on the actual Starfleet insignia being used on the Space Force flag? Yes, I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't think Gene Roddenberry would like it either because he was anti-war. Bob Doctor, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Some burbs near the TC have started sending cease and desist orders to those growing gardens, not lawns. What a contrast of World War II victory gardens, huh? Wow, God, that's messed up. God, that's messed up. That was messed up. All right, let's sing a song and get it on out of here. So tomorrow night will be going live at 8 o'clock Pacific time on Rockfin. That's a member stream. So if you're a Rockfin member, it's $10 a month. You get access to all the premium content of all the content creators on Rockfin. Rockfin is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. All my videos are up on Rockfin ad-free, and the regular ones are free. And then I have premium content. That's what you got to subscribe to. But check that out. Oh man, now Safari's being dumb. Oh boy. All right, let's see if we can find let's see. I don't want to sing dashboard. Yeah, sorry. Everything. I have super fast internet, but something's wrong. My processor on my computer is just moving really slow. I've got too much going on or something. I'm trying to do too much with it. So everything is just taking forever. I've shut a bunch of stuff down, but it's just not. It's not. And I've noticed since I've started streaming with the transcoder, this has been happening. So hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Go to grahamelwood.com. If you buy any of my products tonight, earbuds, DVD, and Live from Afghanistan are both on sale. They're $15 on sale. That includes free shipping. Out the door, $15. I will ship it to anywhere in the U.S. Let's do Cradle Will Rock. Rock karaoke. Yeah. As William Shatner. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Oh, God, everything is suddenly moving so slow. You know, I love tech issues. It's my favorite thing in the world. Tech issues and closing the beaches when you can't surf. My two favorite things. Well, they say it's kind of frightening how this younger generation swings. You know, it's more than just some new sensation. Well, the kid is into losing sleep and he don't come home for half a week, you know, that's more than just an aggravation. And the cradle will rock. Yes, the cradle will rock. And I say, rock on. Oh, rock on. And when some local kid gets down, they try to drum him out of town. They say, you could at least faked it, boy. Faked it, boy. At an early age, he hits the street and winds up tied with who he meets, and he's unemployed. And the cradle will rock, because capitalism kills. That's what the song says. And the cradle, Spock, will rock. And I say, rock on. Rock on. Open up a frequency, Uhura. Daddy's got to lay down some licks. Have you seen Junior's grades? Wow. His grades are not great. That's my point, Spock. And when some local kid gets down, they try to drum him out of town. They say, you could at least faked it, boy. Faked it, boy. At an early age, he hits the street and winds up tied with who he meets, and he's unemployed. His folks are overjoyed. And the cradle will rock. Mr. Scott, the cradle will rock. I need more power. And I say, rock on. Yeah. Warp Factor 5, rock on. Rock on, Mr. Sue. Shields up. Rock on. I feel as though I've made this point before, but rock on. Beam us down. Rock on. Rock on. Have you seen Junior's grades? Oh, we did it, guys. We did it. $376 watching. Nice. Nice, citizens of Gotham. BA, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. I'm still waiting for a Biden-Obama endorsement compilation mashup. Somebody please make one. It's so important to teach people, and short videos work. Oh, I would love that. I would play it on this show. I would absolutely play it on this show. I would love that. The crater. Well, thank you all so much. Jenna Vape CBD, right on. Great to have everybody on the show. Again, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. New videos every day. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification button, even if you have before, because they uncheck it for people. They also unsubscribe people. Watch the ads all the way through. That's a great free way to support the show. Also, listen to my Pandora channel, another great free way to get some entertainment. Both my comedy albums are out there. Go to grahamelwood.com. You can donate, one-time donation through the PayPal. I have a P.O. box. Great ways to support the show. Vegan guns for life, ladies and gentlemen. Shave your knuckles for justice. You're making Gotham great again. Rock on.